You and I could be the one thing that stops someone from choosing the wrong direction and choosing to kill themselves. We could be the one thing that changes that. I know you want to.
Those great whites, they have big teeth. Hope they bite you. Thought you said that you would always be in the floor, on the lighter floor. But honey, I'll be seeing you wherever I go.
I don't understand why it's been doing that to me lately. So anyway, we're gonna go to the gas station first because I'm about to run out of gas, and then we're gonna go to Lamb's Bread because I literally have not been there in so freaking long, like so long, and I am literally craving that shit. It's been like at least 2 months, and it's been like at least like 3 or 4 months since I've worn this. Jesus, I love this lipstick, like so. Holla back at me, girl lipstick. I love it. I was so obsessed with lipstick, and then I just stopped wearing it. Why? I don't know. I got a new job, lost confidence. Bitch, no, we go get back on that train. Okay, so we're gonna go to Lamb's Bread. My channel and all, you would know that lately I've had a lot of issues with my ankles and things, and about how they are very swollen looking, and they've been hurting a bit lately. And my sister said that she's been looking things up, and she just knows a lot about stuff because she likes to research things. And apparently a big problem with that, just like with pregnant women, they get swollen feet because they don't drink enough water, and because of other factors, and because they're pregnant. But you know, so I was like, hey, I haven't really been drinking that much water recently anyway, and I work overnight, if you didn't know, at like a stocking job, so that's gonna tend to make you like more thirsty because you're like using a lot of energy, and you're walking around, and you're getting hot and sweaty, and you're doing a lot of things that require you to lift stuff and put things away, and it's gonna be a lot of effort, more than you would usually do. And so I haven't been drinking a lot of water lately, and so lately I've been trying to like drink more water. So this is like my 4th one of the day, and it's like 2 o'clock or something. And so I've been trying to drink more water and be conscious of it. I've been peeing a lot, and literally I have to pee so bad right now. But anyway, okay, so I was reading some articles because I probably won't be out for a couple months or maybe longer, only because I'm very slow when it comes to like doing things. I'm just a big procrastinator, and I know it's going to take me a while. But I'm going to be doing using, you know, the song called Pretty Girl, I think by Maggie Lindman. I might be saying her name wrong, but there's a song called Pretty Girl, which I really like that song, and I'm gonna be using her music, but writing my own lyrics, and it's gonna be called Chubby Girl, and it's gonna be all about like misconceptions and myths, and you know, growing up as a chubby girl, you know, and people like what the things that people think of you. And so I'm gonna end up doing a song about that. And so I was reading articles, and did you know it's common for people to like think that people that are overweight can't have eating disorders? Like, who are these crazy people that think that? Because it's completely possible to have an eating disorder when you are overweight. I went into like a hardcore rant, like not a hardcore one, but like a mediocre, like a medium sauce rant on my Facebook, and I'll put that right there. But I was so pissed when I read this because it's completely possible. I never had an eating disorder, but I had a binge eating problem. And also, you know how many times I've like had to talk myself out of not, because I would always follow these pages of these skinny girls, and like okay, I also followed eating disorder pages, which I know, bad idea, you know, because then you're gonna like think in your mind that like, ooh, that's a good idea to like lose weight this way, or it's some of the pages glorify it, and some of them shine light onto things that should be shown light onto, just like 13 Reasons Why, which is controversial opinion. Some people think that it's not a good show to watch, but on the other hand, I really think it's a good show to watch, and I think it's a good to shine light on things. It's really controversial people to like that show only because a lot of people think it glorifies suicide, which I don't think it does. I think it shows the side of it to where everyone should know, like, you are affecting people. You being rude to people is affecting people's lives, and you can really screw someone up, you know. I went through a lot of things, elementary school, junior high, high school, of people giving me shit about everything. I have so many stories that I could tell you on this channel, and I probably will eventually, of all the shit that I went through, and people teasing me, and people just fucking torturing me for just being overweight. You know, it's complete BS, you know? I could have taken that route, and I wanted to so many times, okay, of, like, having an eating disorder, and I thought so many times about not eating or throwing it up, so many times, and I could have went there, and so many people my size and smaller went there and still go there all the time. And the fact that people think that eating disorders for chubby people is a lie and impossible is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Doctors assume that if you're not underweight, you don't have an eating disorder. You're not doing it right. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, okay? And people glorify people that have eating disorders because, well, not everyone, but some people do that, because they're like, hey, you lost weight. You know, if you're chubby and you lost weight and you tell someone that it's because you didn't eat or whatever, oh, good job, you lost weight. Like, they don't even, like, really think about it. You know, and it's just depressing. There's so many articles that I read that are just so fucking depressing. And it just goes to show you, like just okay, story time right now. 11th grade, I had transferred to a different high school. In my high school, I went to Pittman High School, and all of my credits didn't transfer, or they weren't the same classes that I had to take for Thomas Downey High School in Modesto. It was different. Turlock and Modesto, I guess, had different credentials or whatever you had to take to graduate. And I never took this class called something to do with, like, farming and, like, taking care of animals or something like that. And so I had to take that class, but it was like a freshman class, and so it was all freshmen. And there was this guy that I was, like, really close friends with, and his name was Sean. Well, not really close, but I was, like, friendly. Like, we were acquaintances. We were friendly. I talked to him. I talked to everyone. I was a fucking talkative person. I was just like I am right now. I just talk way too much, but I like that I talk, you know? But anyway, I talked a lot, and I had a lot of people that I would talk to. And he was one of them, and his name was Sean. And we were so close, and I never, not close, but you know what I mean. And I never would have thought that he would be mean to me. And then one day, he said something off, made a comment about how I was him, you know, if I was... Sorry, my phone decided it didn't have any more room to film, so I had to, like, delete some stuff before I could finish. So it's a couple days later, and I'm gonna finish that story for you. So basically, we were sitting in class, and Sean was, like, out of nowhere, decided to make a comment on my looks. And he said, oh, look at that girl, she's so... He was just like, she is so fat. And I was standing right there, and I'm like, dude, I thought we were friends. Like, why would you say something that mean about me? And he just looks at me and was like, surprised, I guess, that it hurt my feelings, which I don't know how he was surprised. And I was like, you know, you should really think before you speak, because some people kill themselves over stuff like that. Like, they, like, literally have to hear it all the time, and they kill themselves because they're so sick of people making them feel like pieces of shit, you know, and pieces of garbage that you just walk on. And he was like, wow, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, well, you don't have to worry about me, because I'm used to people giving me crap about my weight, and I wouldn't do anything to myself, but there's people in this world that will, so you should probably think before you speak. And I'm very proud of myself for that moment, because I could have let it go, but what I said might have changed his thoughts. You know, you never know. But things like that, every day, people should tell people when they're saying something shitty that could change someone's life, because you or me could be the one thing that stops someone. You and I could be the one thing that stops someone from choosing the wrong direction and choosing to kill themselves. We could be the one thing that changes that.
It's quite a challenge. I have to constantly remind myself, Brianna, stop being petty. Brianna, stop making sarcastic jokes.